What's up, guys? Welcome to the Stat Street Sports channel. Here to bring you a Senior Bowl recap of Xavier Legette and why I believe he's the most polarizing prospect in this year's NFL draft class. And also, I'll explain my Dez Bryant comparisons. Let's talk about it, guys. Senior Bowl's not over yet. Today is Thursday. The Senior Bowl practices will be live on TV, I believe, at 10:30 Eastern Time. So I got an hour and change to spare while doing this video. But day one, day two are wrapped up. Obviously, it's going on day three now. I'm not down there at the site, so I've been relying off reports, people going live, people that's there, all that good stuff. All big name, small name guys, regular people like me who love the game and seeing it in person. I'm taking takes from everybody, but I also seen film as well at the Senior Bowl and also during the season. So outside of quarterback, obviously, Bo Nix, J.J. McCarthy, Michael Penix Jr., those guys are more polarizing. But outside of a quarterback, I believe Xavier Legette is the most polarizing prospect in this year's draft. You can tell by social media. People are battling on social media right now. It's about big name guys who know ball. Big name guys. From the damn Buglers to the Kuipers, who's not there, but Kuipers to a bunch of people who aren't as big as them, but they know ball as well. Just because you're bigger don't mean your mainstream doesn't know you know more than someone else. But it's definitely been he's a very polarizing prospect, and the main thing I've seen because his size. The size, he's not labeled as 6'3" like South Carolina showed that he was, or said he was, all those years he's been there. He's only 6'1", and people had an image of him, 6'3", 6'4", big body guy, but he's only 6'1", and not as big as people thought. People wanted him to be the next DK Metcalf or a big Debo Samuel. He's not that. But I personally see Dez Bryant. I think Dez Bryant is a perfect NFL player comparison. And I'm not saying he's gonna be Dez Bryant. Don't get me wrong. Bryant was a big dog for sure, no question about it. And I don't know if Legette will be the number one guy. But looking at Legette's highlights and film, I've seen a couple games throughout the year. Because this year's the only year he really popped. Now I'll talk about that later or whatever. It's being a fifth year guy. But looking at his highlights, plus looking at the Senior Bowl stuff, I'm like, bruh, he looks like Dez Bryant to me. As far as just play style, the movements, the whole look. He looks like Dez Bryant back in the day from Oklahoma State, young Dez Bryant. And I turned on the tape of Dez Bryant. I was like, okay, my eyes telling me the same thing. Then let me go to the draft reports from back then. I'm not even 30 years old, so when Dez Bryant was drafted, I was in middle school, all those years ago. So I remember seeing Dez play. I don't remember what to talk about him from the mainstream big, NFL draft guys were. So I pulled it up, and dang near it's the same as Legette's, the same almost. Great size and great build. Both plays bigger than what they actually are. Dez played 6'3", 6'4", only 6'1", 6'2". Very good contested catchability. Both have great hands, especially at the catch point. Both are tough to tackle. Good running vision, like a Debo Samuel-ish type play. Now, Debo's is 101, but Dez definitely gave you a bowling ball aspect, knocking things down. Big boy. He runs bigger than what he is. Same as Debo, same as Xavier Legette also. But also a little bit of negatives. Lacks deep speed. They have to really get going, really have to build up to their beat, to their top speed. Some guys, quick twitch guys, get the speed from 0 to 1. 0 to 100 quick. These two guys, big body guys, aren't quite that. He lacks deep speed. Route running for both around the same time, but still suspect, and it probably will forever be. I think route running is just more of a God-given thing for me personally. You can definitely get better at it, but guys like Ladd McConkey in this class, guys like Roman Wilson in this class, the smaller guys are more the technical route running guys and the bigger, heavier guys. For me personally, I've always seen that. You find a couple of big boys who can move their feet and get good route running, but that's they still aren't normally fast with it either. So that's the thing about it. When you have more size, you don't have the agility and the greatest footwork most of the time. and also lack change of direction, ability in the open field, no agility, no juke moves. It's going to be straight running through you, stiff arm, get an angle, and try to get top speed somewhere down the line, 5-10 yards later, then try to outrun you there. But there will be no juking, no crazy jukes like Saquon Barkley from legit, from Legette, excuse me, and there were no from Dez Bryant either. No real jukes. Get to a point. Let my strength and long speed, once I actually get to my top speed, let that do the talking for me. But there wasn't no juking for Dez Bryant either. So, watching the tape, going back and watching the scouting report from Dez Bryant is dang near the same. The same strengths and the same weaknesses. So I think there's a legit comp in Dez Bryant. And most people right now are saying A.J. Brown, which is kind of a Dez Bryant type of guy. 6'1", 6'2", but plays 6'3", 6'4", big body, strong, good muscle build on him. Even I would say a lesser Dez Bryant, but still a good player, played 9 years in the league, like a Kenny Britt, a smaller Kenny Britt, because Kenny Britt was legit 6'3", played a long time, like I said, 9 years in the league, Rams, Titans, I think Texans as well. So, and all those guys, Brown, Bryant, and Britt, they were all at least number 2 guys. Obviously, Brown and Bryant are number 1. And I think, Legette can definitely be in the same one-ish, two-ish class. Some people have him as a third wide receiver. I don't see that. I think if he gets on the roster and plays up to his level, I think he's a number 2 guy for sure. Maybe number 1 if he goes to the right system. And also looking at Dez Bryant's draft, I forgot this too because he was so good. But Dez Bryant was drafted number 24 overall. I think this wide receiver class is super deep. But I think there's a chance Legette goes in the first round, But then now getting to the polarizing part. I've seen big name guys who are on site right now seeing Legette and saying, I'm seeing the 4th and 5th round. I'm seeing other big name guys saying, yeah, he's impressing. I'm seeing 1st and 2nd round. I'm like, what is going on? So on to the polarizing part. Like, I don't know what to believe. Like I said, I'm believing my own eyes. But as far as who to trust from the big name guys who are seeing the same things we're all seeing and seeing the same things in person. Some saying he's losing the one-on-ones routes, as far as getting separation. Some are blaming it on the quarterback play and the ball placement, which you can because, these guys are playing together for the first time ever. So it's not a real chemistry there. But some guys like Ladd McConkey and Roman Wilson from Michigan, those guys are balling out, and some guys aren't quite doing that. And the wide receiver one-on-one drills are kind of made for the receiver, but you see Legette not getting that much separation, but it's part of his game anyway. You see that on film. He doesn't get separation. That's why he has the great hand, the great catching, the monstrous catches and stuff. He's strong as an ox, So you have him a wide receiver like a Dez Bryant, like a Kenny Britt, like a A.J. Brown. You're going to have to tackle him also, and that's the thing that people are missing out. He's not a separator. My favorite team and our top receiver right now, Drake London, is the same way. He was a guy from USC, couldn't separate, great hands, got to tackle him. If not, he's going to get some yak. And, Drake London is in that same, he's a big boy as well. He's a true 6'2", 6'3 guy, 6'4 guy, but he's not the same body build as, A.J. Brown and these guys and Legette. So a little bit different, but kind of a similar feel. So it can definitely work. And I was believing people saying Drake London wouldn't be good either. And obviously he is a number 1 receiver in this league. High end, low end, that's debatable. But Drake London can do it. I think Legette can do it also. But like I said, the polarizing part comes in that where he's going to be picked. I've seen 4th round thrown out there, 5th round throw out there. I've seen he's a boom and bust prospect. I've seen 1st round go out there. So I'm like, I don't know. I don't know who to believe, who to trust as far as Legette goes, but I have my own mind anyway. So, I say late 1st, like a pick 20s, early 2nd, mid 2nd. I think, excuse me, that's kind of the best spot for him, because this class is so deep. And it all depends on what you really want. It depends on what you really want, honestly. You got so many guys at the top. Roma Dunzier, Malik Neighbors, obviously Marvin Harrison Jr. Then you have the Jalen Polks, Ladd McCockley, Tez Walkers, Mitchell from Texas, Franklin from Oregon. So, you have a bunch, Keon Coleman, Brian Thomas Jr. So the list goes on of who you could have, the size profiles, the play profiles, speedster, big and tall, and big, tall, and fast, or small, fast, and great catching, route running, whatever. So it all can, whatever you want, you have your flavor in this draft. So he could drop due to that as well, because there's so many guys that are more explosive, but a similar-ish size, or fits the offense better than Leggett. So, he could drop past the first, mid-second, maybe even early third. But I have him as a solid second-round grade. Depending on how you like him, I can see a late first as well. No, none higher than out the 20s. I think anything before the 20s, kind of a little rough for me, but because you have so much more to really pick from. The Brian Thomas Jr., so you normally find great receivers or good receivers later on in the draft anyway. Look at Rashee Rice. Look at, the list goes on. You can pull up a lot of NFL rosters and see good big name guys, second, third round picks, fourth round picks. So, I think Leggett has potential to be one of those guys also that we can all sit back and be like, dang, he is a Dez Bryant-ish. He is a Kenny Britt-ish. Kenny British, it's funny, but he is an A.J. Brown type of guy, that we look past because of lack of athleticism or lack of long speed or lack of agility, and all players aren't meant to have agility. All players aren't supposed to have separation, and we haven't really seen that from his tape anyway. So I don't know why people are surprised about he doesn't have that. He never had it, But another part of the polarizing prospect aspect of him is being a fifth-year guy and him having a breakout year finally on his fifth year. Normally you see some shades of, okay, I see a little bit year 3, okay, year 4, I see a little something, but year 5, he finally broke out. There was no signs of him, in my opinion, from year 1 to year 4. No signs at all. He was stuck on the depth chart, not getting real play time, got a little injuries here and there, but fifth year is when he broke out. So that's kind of concerning too, because a lot of fifth-year guys don't work. You finally got it, but about time. It took 5 years to do it. So it just depends on how you view things. But everyone catches on at their own speed. Everyone is not elite from the get-go. Everyone isn't a special talent or hasn't mastered their craft or good at their craft quite yet early on, like some people are. So I'll say take a chance on Leggett. If he falls in the draft past round 2, he's one of my first calls on round 3. I might even trade up for him. Depends on what team that you have, and what your actual need is. But I will be on the phone super fast, mid second round, early third if he's still on the board, because he's someone I like a lot. So I don't know about my Falcons getting him because we already have a big body guy. I want someone a little more fast, a little more quicker, a little more athletic for me personally to pair with Drake London. But, we've seen last year we had Mike Hollins, another big body guy. He was really 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", but, with strong hands, not really fast. So I could see us getting Leggett maybe second, third round. I'm not opposed to that. We should have an extra second or third round, depending on Calvin Ridley if he resigns with the Jags. If he goes back to the Jags, we get a second rounder. If he goes somewhere else, we get a third rounder. So, that extra pick could come in handy. It could be our receiver of need, because we only have one receiver on the roster, being Drake London, under contract as of right now until free agency hits. So, we'll see how everything pans out. But I like Leggett. I think he'll pan out, but a lot of people are down on him because of his hand size and because he wasn't actually 6'3", 6'4". We were catfished by the TV and also by South Carolina. He's only 6'1", so people are very upset about that, and they're letting that kind of distract them on how he actually plays and how he actually looks. And the film doesn't lie, and he never had separation in game. I don't see why he would have it now for anyways. Every player doesn't need separation to win, but we'll see how everything turns out for him. Wish the best for all these NFL prospects at the Senior Bowl and in general. But we will see how Xavier Legette turns out. I might do another video on him prior to the draft. You know, he is one of my favorite players in this class. So you might see him again on this channel as far as the top 5, top 10 players to watch, or top 10, top 5 my favorite players, whatever. He might be on that list. He might make the final cut for my final 5 guys I like a lot from this class. So last year I had Brian Branch, I had Jahmyr Gibbs over my running back, Bijan Robinson. You know, I'm a Falcons fan, so we got Bijan, but I wanted Jahmyr Gibbs bad. But, obviously we got Bijan first, and I'm cool with that. I am definitely happy with that outcome. Who else I had last year? Brian Branch, Jahmyr Gibbs, Israel Abacanda from the Jets, the running back from Pitt. I like him a lot. I think he'd be a great compliment in year 2 to Breece Hall. Those 3, I forgot the other ones. Can't remember right offhand, but those were 3 I was really high on last year. I thought Brian Branch was probably pound for pound one of the best players in last year's draft class. So, and he's turned out to be a very good pro so far in his rookie season. Obviously, Jahmyr Gibbs had a great season, and Israel Abacanda will have probably a more expansive role this season with the Jets and Breece Hall. He's working behind him. So, but that's it for the video, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys next time.